There are families whose names you recognize: Rothschild, Rockefeller, Mellon, Pont, and families whose names you do not, because they have spent generations ensuring you never would. Both groups have followed the same unwritten rules for building, protecting, and passing on wealth across centuries. These rules were never published. They were observed, refined, and transmitted privately. Today we document 5 of them, verified through historical financial records, family biographies, and academic research on multi-generational wealth. Every rule in this video is supported by documented historical evidence. We cite the specific families, the verifiable dates, and the academic sources that confirm these patterns across multiple generations and continents. Rule 1. Never discuss wealth. Document everything. The first and most consistent rule of multi-generational wealth is public silence combined with private documentation. The Rothschild family, whose banking dynasty was founded by Meyer Amschel Rothschild in Frankfurt in the 1760s, famously operated under a principle documented by historian Niall Ferguson in his 1998 biography, The World's Banker. Never reveal the full extent of family finances, even to close associates outside the family. Yet internally, the family maintained meticulous documentation. According to the Rothschild Archive in London, a publicly accessible historical repository, the family preserved correspondence, account books, and partnership agreements dating back to the 18th century. This dual approach, external silence, internal transparency, allowed the family to manage assets across 5 countries simultaneously without triggering political interference. According to a 2011 study published in the Journal of Economic Perspectives by economists Wojciech Kopczuk and Joseph Stiglitz, the single strongest predictor of multi-generational wealth retention is not investment returns, but information asymmetry. Families that know more about their own finances than outsiders do retain wealth at significantly higher rates. Rule 2. Bank with institutions that serve families, not depositors. Old money does not use the same banking infrastructure as everyone else. The private banking sector, distinct from commercial or retail banking, has served ultra-high net worth families for centuries. Institutions like Pictet in Geneva, founded in 1805, and Coutts in London, founded in 1692 and documented as the Bank of the British royal family for over 150 years, operate under a fundamentally different model. According to a 2023 report by Capgemini's World Wealth Report, private banks serving ultra-high net worth clients, defined as those with investable assets above $30 million, provide services including family governance consulting, succession planning, and multi-jurisdictional trust structuring that are simply not offered to standard account holders. Minimum investment thresholds for many European private banks start at $5 million. The relationship is transgenerational. The same family office that managed a grandfather's assets in 1950 manages the grandchildren's assets today. The institutional knowledge accumulated across decades cannot be replicated by switching to a new provider. Rule 3. Separate ownership from control. One of the most consistently documented strategies in multi-generational wealth is the legal separation of who owns an asset from who controls it. The DuPont family, whose chemical fortune originated with Eleuthère-Irénée DuPont's gunpowder mills in Delaware in 1802, used a partnership structure for over a century that prevented any single heir from selling or liquidating family assets without unanimous family consent. This structure is documented in historian Alfred Chandler's 1962 book, Strategy and Structure, archived at Harvard Business School. Today, this principle is implemented through irrevocable trusts, family limited partnerships, and holding companies. According to the American Bar Association's 2022 survey of estate planning attorneys, over 78% of clients with assets above $25 million use some form of entity structure that separates beneficial ownership from operational control, making unilateral asset liquidation legally impossible. Rule 4. Hold land and hard assets across generations. The The Rockefeller family's approach to asset preservation was documented extensively in Ron Chernow's 1998 biography, Titan. Among John D. Rockefeller's documented principles was a consistent preference for land and physical assets alongside financial investments. Assets that could not be inflated away, defaulted on, or rendered worthless by financial system failures. According to the Land Report's 2023 annual survey of America's largest private landowners, the largest 100 landowners control approximately 40.2 million acres, an area larger than the entire state of Georgia. Many of these holdings have been in the same families for multiple generations. The Knight family, the Irving family, and the Emerson family all appear in the survey, with holdings established in the 19th century. Physical assets, land, timber, minerals, and infrastructure, behave differently from financial assets during periods of monetary instability. During the hyperinflation episodes we documented in a previous video, holders of physical land retained real wealth, while holders of paper currency did not. Rule 5. Control access to the family, not just to the money. Perhaps the least discussed but most consistently documented rule is social architecture. The deliberate management of who enters the family network through marriage, business partnership, and friendship. This is not about snobbery. It is about information security and value alignment. The Mellon family of Pittsburgh, whose banking and industrial fortune was documented by historian David Cannadine in his 2006 biography, Mellon and American Life, maintained deliberate social structures that limited the family's financial exposure to outside relationships. Prenuptial agreements, family governance charters, and membership in the same private clubs, schools, and charitable boards created a closed information environment where family financial decisions remained within a trusted network. According to a 2019 study by the Williams Group Wealth Consultancy, 70% of wealthy families lose their wealth by the second generation and 90% by the third. The families that do not, according to the same study, consistently demonstrate stronger family governance structures, not superior investment returns. 5 rules. External silence combined with internal documentation. Private banking relationships that span generations. Legal separation of ownership from control. Physical assets that survive monetary crises. And deliberate social architecture that protects the information environment. These rules were not invented by financial consultants. They were developed through trial and error across centuries by families that lost wealth and learned why. The families that retained it documented what worked and passed it forward. The documentation exists. The families are real. The patterns are verifiable. Subscribe to Hidden Wealth Files. Next video. 5 assets that have historically preserved wealth through every major currency collapse, from Roman silver to modern real estate, verified by economic research spanning 2,000 years. The wealth was never destroyed, it was simply transferred to those who knew the rules.